It seems that the full base roster of Street Fighter 6 has been leaked, which kind of stinks because it leaked during the production of my last video. And some screenshots of concept art has been making the way through the internet, and it looks like more and more this is true. My name is Big Nasty Kale, and we're going to go over each of the characters that were supposedly linked in these concept arts. So first we have Ryu. Now, obviously, a Street Fighter game will have Ryu, and we saw him in the trailer, and we'll see that here that he is rocking the Goken style outfit that he had in the trailer. So this kind of gives some validity to the leaks. And we're not going to go over too much about him, other than all the characters that we've seen: Jamie, Luke, Ryu, and Chun-li. They're all in this leak, and they all have the outfit, and it dropped almost at the same time. So I don't think at least an artist has the capability to come up with all of this in an hour, 2 hours. Pretty cool. We're going to move over right next to him, and that's going to be Ken Masters. I question whether or not Ken is going to be in the game because we have Luke. And I know, like, we can have more than one blonde-haired white boy in the game. Spoiler alert, we're going to have a lot more than that. But we have Ken in a weird outfit. I'm not a huge fan of it. He has his regular Shoto pants on, but like, what's up with the coat? I don't really know how I feel about the coat. If he dropped the coat, it'd be one thing, but also the tank top is blue. I just don't like the color scheme. And I actually really enjoyed how Ken looked in Street Fighter 5, other than his face. But I like the fact that he had the man bun. I like the fact that his coat was half off. He just had a more relaxed feel, seeing as he always was like the more free-flowing Shoto, you know what I mean? But I am stoked to see Ken in the game. I think Ken is a staple, and if he wasn't in the game, I think that would be a little bit too far removed from Street Fighter. And although the roster does give me vibes of Street Fighter 3, I think Street Fighter 3 went a little bit too much in that direction, and this seems like a really happy medium between the two. All right, moving on, let's zoom out a bit because it is a big boy. We have Zangief. Zangief, I'm actually like happy to see him back, although I have this huge disdain for grapplers. I know that there's a lot of people who do like Zangief, and I also think that having a diversity in how do I say, gameplay styles and strategies is very good for the game. Some people just gravitate toward them, and some people just like big burly men. Being a pro wrestling fan, I have to kind of joke with the change to the long pants instead of having trunks. I know this is probably like a trope, but like this kind of usually tells, it shows like aging almost. You don't have that youthfulness, so you're not going to show as much skin. So usually older wrestlers tend to, as they get older, to switch to the pants instead of the trunks. Not happy to see another grappler, but kudos to Zangief. And then there's this son of a bitch, Dalsim. And as much as I don't like the Street Fighter 5 version of him gameplay-wise, I really do like the look of Dalsim. I think that he has this like weirdness and like mysticism about him in Street Fighter 5. It looks like he's rocking the beard again, which I think is like a really cool move. I really enjoyed the beard on Dalsim in Street Fighter 5, and actually does fit. And like, even though he's got a weirdness to him, he also still has the regalness, I guess would be the best way to say it. Dalsim, no surprise, a lot of the world warriors are in, as we can see from the next two that I'm going to put on screen. We have Honda. Honda looks so damn cool. Honda looks really, really nice. It's hard to see in the details. It looks like he's got face paint on, but I really like the bun. It just works so well with an aging man. Just to drop the hair in the bun. I should put mine in the bun. To drop your hair in a bun. He looks really cool, keeping with the style of the swole fat. Honda having a completely new outfit. I don't know the origins of this outfit. Does anyone know? Can someone enlighten me? Is this a Yokozuna outfit? Is this like the Sumo Grand Champion outfit? It does look very combat-esque. I don't know how sumos really dress, but it does have this like feeling of like a fighter, which is like cool, because Honda is usually considered like not a joke character, but very lighthearted. So I think this gives him like a huge edge, Okay, well, I'm not the biggest fan of Blanca, but I really do like how they have been trying to change Blanca's look and change his attitude in all the games. Street Fighter 5 had a really playfulness, I guess would be the best way to say it. And it feels like a lot of the characters in Street Fighter 5, they were evolved versions of themselves, but they weren't like grown up. And I feel like Blanca looks a little bit aged, still having the handcuffs on his ankles, but it looks like he's got like a traveler's scarf around his neck. It looks like he's traveling. It looks like he's wearing overalls too, but it looks like, and you can kind of go with like this look that he's got. He looks like he's like traveling the world or seeing everything else that's out there. And I think that's pretty cool. Not a huge fan of Blanca. Does he have different ears, or is this the handkerchief? This might be the tie. I thought he had different ears for it. No, you can see his ears here. So let's move right on. The final two of the first row, we have Guile, right? And none of these characters, I believe the first row is completely the World Warriors. Guile having a completely different look, a more relaxed look. He doesn't have the general, what is he? Sergeant? Lieutenant? I don't know. He doesn't have that same army look while still keeping with some kind of army feel to it. You know, he's dropping the fatigues for more of a casual wear. This might be that maybe like Chun-li, who we see off to the right, is retired. It's possible that he's doing security for a club. I don't know, but he has this very, very laid back style while also keeping with his stern at the ready posture. Guile being a staple, no surprise. And I think his outfit looks really cool. And I think a lot of these characters that we saw, their nostalgia outfits are gonna like pop off. I think they're gonna look great in the engine. And finally, we have Chun-li off to the right, which we saw before. This kind of gives credence to the leak. This looks exactly like Street Fighter 6, the trailer Chun-li. And I think she looks great. I think Chun-li looks awesome in game, but I really feel that they captured ethnicity really well in this game, even just from Jamie and Chun-li. And I'm very curious to see how everyone else looks in the engine when they drop. But Chun-li looks great. The top row, all of the Road Warriors looking awesome. Everybody having their own look. Dawson being the one that is most like his original, but even still having a lot of flares, having the beard. I think all of these look great. They didn't leave anyone out from the original 8. All right, so making our way over to the second row, we are starting to get into the super turbo characters. We have here Cami and DJ. Cami looks really cool. Now, with the leaks, actually, let me pull this up on screen real quick. So we found some information with the leaks 3 months ago, and this looks like it's going to be completely correct. Now, if we look over down here to some of the Road Warriors, Cami may wear pants this time. This leak proved to be like really good. And as we see the underlined text here, the Yin and Yang cousin who uses the drunken fist wearing yellow turned out to be Jamie. All the characters from Street Fighter 2 seems like they're like off duty. You know what I mean? They seem like they are laid back. They seem like they are just here for a good time, but probably going to be brought back into a bigger story. Like, it almost feels like this is the epilogue, and now we're getting back to, you know, a return to form. So we saw from screenshots that Cami was in her nostalgia costume. So, I mean, I'm sure there will be an option for it. I actually find it weird, too, that this will be the default. Like, I almost feel as though it's like this should be like a battle costume, or like maybe the default should be the regular ones with like a casual option. But Cami looks great. She always looks great. Now, with concept art, I always find that they make her to look very petite, and then in game they give her bigger breasts. And like in this here, she looks very tiny. Now I'm curious how, because if we look at Chun-li, right? Chun-li looks very much like her in-game art, but they made her they didn't make her so bulky. They just gave her big legs. I wonder if they're going to accentuate certain things about her. Cami always is a really cool designed character that in Street Fighter 5 was problematic. Let's just say that. But, you know, I think she looks awesome. So does DJ. I didn't want to like jump the gun and say this was DJ. However, I mean, I think he looks awesome. Having that big smile, I should have known that was DJ. Obviously, that big DJ smile. Wearing the colors of Jamaica, having the headphones, and again with this same idea of just this casual, I don't fight anymore kind of style. You know what I mean? You know, always having the gloves in case shit does pop off though. But DJ looks awesome. I'm really glad to see him come back, because he didn't come back in Street Fighter 5. Cami was the only super character to come back. But I am super stoked to see how they do DJ, because they have been mitigating characters away from charge moves, and he is a charge character. And we do have Guile in the game, so I wonder if this is the Vega character where they mitigate him over to not being a charge character. I hope he's still charge, because I think there's a certain feel to DJ that feels good with being a charge. All right. The next two being Rashid and Juri. Now, I just had to go check down here just to make sure the katakana does match. I had to look it up just to verify that that was Rashid, and he looks amazing. I like this look to Rashid so much, because Rashid has, like Ken, this like really cool flow to him, like the wind that will pass by, you know, and that makes sense because Rashid of the Turbulent Wind, I think his name was, you know, he has this baggy, airy look to him. Rashid's a character that I liked how he looked, and the one thing about him I did not like was his run, but I really enjoy how he plays, and I wanted to play more of him, but I just didn't because of the next character. But Rashid looks awesome. Like, he has this sleekness to him, and it seems like they are getting rid of... Why is everyone barefoot? Why is everyone barefoot in this game? In Street Fighter V, he kind of felt very bulky, and that's because Street Fighter V felt bulky. I wonder how his game plan was very oppressive in Street Fighter V, but now having parry and V reversal, drive reversal, I wonder how he's going to play. But with his burst movement is always key in any competitive game. If you have movement, that is king. So Rashid, awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We don't have to wait long. Here it is. Here it is. Juri in Street Fighter 6. Now, I didn't think she wouldn't be in the game. I just didn't think she would be in the base game. But it makes sense. Juri is a very popular character. You know, when they gave fan-made outfit, she won 2 of them. You know, she's just a popular character. There is a theme with Street Fighter 6 that it makes me very happy, and it really makes me feel that they are on the right path, because Juri was not very well received in Street Fighter 5. I have grown to like her design in Street Fighter 5, and oddly enough, to prefer her style in Street Fighter 5, as it offers a lot more consistency. With her buffs throughout the years, she's become incredibly consistent and a really good character. My fear is that they're going to revert some of what they learned in Street Fighter V and go back to more Street Fighter 4. I know a lot of my viewers like Street Fighter 4 Juri, understand that her playstyle in Street Fighter V was incredibly inconsistent and matchup dependent and character dependent. It was just a nightmare to lab out. Now, we're not talking about looks. I'm sorry. I just love this character so much. But it looks like she's returning to form to her Street Fighter 4. Now, looking at, there's no eye patch from what I can see. Looks like instead they opted to give her bangs a slight tilt over her eye to kind of hide the eye. In Street Fighter V, she had a prototype of her feng shui engine. Street Fighter 4, the eye was malfunctioning, which is why she couldn't go into her feng shui engine all the time. It would just break, which kept her in balance lore-wise, I guess, because she would be the most broken character in like the lore. Well, not the most, but one of them. True to form, she's got her Taekwondo style back. I'm confused. Is that a harness? Because her breast should be out. Wait a minute. Her top doesn't really cover much. That's very interesting. She has a more punk look to her, which is cool. You know, she was an anti-hero in Street Fighter V, and I thought they would lean more into that, going into Street Fighter 6 being like a mob boss or something. And it looks like she's gone back to her Taekwondo roots. Now, if she's going to be evil or not, I don't know. Usually when a character has this going for them, they're evil. But she looks so good, and I'm just happy base the character will be in, which ensures this channel will continue to make content based around Juri. So lucky for you guys. Next, we have the boy toy Ed. My concern is that his look is very close to Ken, you know, with the coat. Ed has always been, you know, the young emperor. He's given up his boxing gloves for, and again, everyone's casual, you know? He's got the casual jeans and such with the taped fists. Or no, actually those might be gloves. Or maybe his left hand is taped, but he's got a very casual young emperor look. Now, what's very interesting is that everybody has a flag, but only 2 characters have 2 flags. Ed being out of where is he from again? German, obviously, right? Red, black, and yellow. Okay. I was like, is that South Africa? I don't know. But yeah, he's the only one to have 2 flags, the German flag and also the Shadow Lu. I'm assuming this is Neo Shadow Lu. Also, he's got the pin still. I wonder if Street Fighter V set up the fall of Shadow Lu, but also the rebirth of it as well. Ed looks cool. Ed I've always liked as a character because I tend to like fast, sleek characters, like thin, nimble. Juri. So like I always liked how Ed looked in concept art, but I never liked how he looked in games. He just looked so brolic, you know? He looked too wide. If he had a more of a sleek look like Remy from Street Fighter 3, then maybe. Fits his style. I just hope he keeps up the braggadocious Balrog light style. And next to Ed, filling out the last row is going to be Akuma. Akuma looks aged. He looks very noble. That was the word I was trying to find for Dulcim. And it looks like he's grown into that like giant mane that he had in Street Fighter V that I wasn't a huge fan of. However, like this looks great. Like his hair just looks longer. His beard is bigger. It's just this really cool master, don't fuck with me fighter. You know what I mean? But with age, I wonder if this he still has the tattered clothes, which usually means, you know, he doesn't really care about anything but violence. But I wonder if we have a change in philosophy with Akuma, just because of the fact that like everyone else is so casual. Everyone else seems like the world changed. I must find a new life. But again, if that were the case, his clothes are fucked up. You know what I mean? So usually that means a lack of regard for small things and more of a regard for violence and murder. All right, so this is where we start to have fun. We see on the third row, we have Luke. And next to Luke is a fighter that we saw from the trailer. One of my viewers, Creighton, had pointed it out that they were on the trailer, but I didn't think they would be because the fighter looked too generic in the face. But they said like they have a Street Fighter 4 look to them, and I'm very curious if that is a clue to how this fighter will be. But first, let's look at Luke. Luke having the same look that we saw in the trailer, again, also giving credence to those leaks. Luke is retired and is training other people now, and I think that that will be a key part to the story. I think the first scenes that we saw from the trailer are part of the story mode, where you go into Luke's dojo and he's talking to you about what it means to be a fighter. Luke looks different than he looks in the trailer in the sides of the hair, but that just might come down to how they look in engine versus in concept art. Everyone being goddamn barefoot. But what I want to do is go over to this big slab of meat right here. According to the leaks, this is Marisa. Crush my goddamn skull, please. This character is cool as hell. Shoutouts to Dev. Having a redhead grappler has to be, right? It has to be a grappler, which I'm wondering if we're going to see a return to like Abel with this character, because the artwork that you saw on the trailer, I'm going to pull it up right now real quick. All right, we can see from the trailer, the first scene that we see, boom, right there. And they had a Street Fighter 4 look because it's just that ink, the watercolor, it just looks like the focus attack inked look from Street Fighter 4. So I wonder if this character will be the embodiment of Abel. And going back to the leaks from 3 months ago, we see right here, Italian wrestler woman with red hair and an MMA Legionnaire look that wears black and gold. This leak was right on the money. Really cool to see. And this sucks for Capcom. I feel really bad for Capcom. I feel absolutely horrible for Capcom, but it is what it is, you know? Although they do say that there's a female Abel here. So I don't know if maybe this will be the same character. We will see. It's just brolic. And they look like they're going to be as tall as Keith, which will mark the largest woman in the game so far. Barefoot. barefoot everywhere. So next we have, I believe, what, from Hong Kong? This is Jamie. Jamie being in the trailer, looking exactly as we saw from the leak. Also wearing all yellow, having the relation to the twin dragons Yun and Yang. I would like to see Jamie without the hair braided. That would be a lot. Cool hair flowing in the Unreal Engine wind. So again, we're not going to go over too much about Jamie, but it's all coming together, yo. And then we have this character over here. It is Mimi. Mimi being from France. We don't know much about them. Let's go back over to the leaked information. There's nothing here about it. Female Able is still on the list. So I don't know who this will be, but this character looks super awesome. I think they look great. So they have this awesome pink hair, very, very light skin, wearing an outfit almost like underneath all of this. Like she's wearing a gi, but like the outfit reminds me a little bit of Rose, but I don't think it is, but like a bit of that skin tight leotard. But then again, you know, it does come down to trunks. You know, now that I look at this outfit, this does look like Able. Able having the gi on top and those kind of shoes. I think this might be the female Able that they talked about, actually. Like this character, this might be the Lara of the game that sends black over the top. I think this might be the character that he just cannot stand in this game. I like the choice of colors. That's the first thing that came to mind, was the trans flag. That was the first thing. Really, really nice. This character is Lily. The katakana is Didi, so I'm assuming it's Lily, or I mean, it might be Lily because, you know, Lily, I don't know. This character looks like the Aztec character that is related to T-Hawk that they talked about in the leaks. I'm gonna pull that up. In the leaks that they say that there is a Mexican girl in a green tunic with an Aztec weapon noted to have some kind of relation to T-Hawk, and everything checks out. If this all proves to not be true, then holy crap, this was a really, really good fake. But it has to be correct because there's Jamie. Jamie is there. There was no information. The first time that we saw Jamie was last night. So this has to be real. I don't know anything about these weapons. Looking like they have long range. Don't know if they will have a projectile. They probably will just use those as strikes. I think she looks adorable. I think this character is really cool. She's gonna have, this character will be, I feel that if you like Sakura, you probably will like this character. I like the hairstyle a lot. I'm just not a huge fan of the lack of pants. You know what I mean? I guess that's the best way to say it. Just that the pants are really high up, and I don't know, like put some damn pants on, young lady. And look, a little feather over there. Who the hell is this, dog? Dog, who is this? This character looks super boss. This is JP. Easy enough to tell down there. JP. I think this is probably going to be, my theory is, it is no surprise to me, Shadow Lu logo is the same color as the question mark. I wonder if this character will be related to, wait, not France. Wait, what's that? Russia? Belgium? I don't know flags. Hold on. Russia. Yeah. So this character looks like it will be a important character, seeing as we have the question mark there and allegiances. Because again, he's one of the two that we don't know where they are from, and they kind of look like a boss, right? I'm wondering if, since we don't have Bison in the game, if this will be the Bison character of the game. Maybe having some kind of like psycho power in the cane, kind of like Falk. Oh, and just like it says here, dandy Russian with psycho power in a peach orange colored suit. It just makes sense. You know what I mean? It just looked like this will be the character that takes over Bison's dance, you know? But psycho power, I wonder if the big reveal is that Bison can, not poltergeist, what's the word when you possess? There you go. He can possess different bodies. Now, I wonder if this is the reincarnated Bison. Now, I find it interesting, right, that we still have Ed in the game. We have this character that is infused with psycho power. We also have the female Able. It's not lost on me that Able was supposed to be, I think lore-wise, a body for Bison, or like Abel was a like discarded Seth clone. And I think they always alluded to that. So I wonder if this character will have some significance with it. But this character looks really, really slick. I do like how modern and like not as cartoony. And I think a lot of people who liked Bison will flock to this character. Next, we have the reveal from the trailer, and that is Kimberly. Kimberly from America. Now, I'm super excited for this character on a personal level because she's not from Africa. She's not Jamaican. She's black. And I like that a lot. And it's not just, here's a black woman from Africa. This is a American black woman. So I'm hoping that there is a lot of style when it comes to this character. And going back to these leaked notes here, we will see that African-American ninja girl with an orange hoodie, black pants, wears earbuds, has blue highlights in her hair, and uses roller skates. Now, who does that sound like? Well, there we go. Roller skates, no, but she's got the chucks on, you know, the earbuds, but not really earbuds. Still looks like a tape deck almost, but those are the blue highlights. She looks like a Strider. It's not lost on me that a lot of what we saw was Mad Gear. I'm sorry, Metro City, and we had a lot of Mad Gear. Now, there's two things about this. One, she could be a Strider like Guy, but the top also kind of looks like Sodom. I don't know why. That like bulky top kind of reminds me of that. I don't think it will be that, but the fact that they said that she's a ninja makes me think that she's going to be a Strider. I just cannot think of a cooler character than a black woman in chucks doing ninjutsu. I think that's really cool. I'm just excited to see her in motion. And the last character that we have here is Aki. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys cannot see the name. Very important part, right? Aki. It's like Fang. Fang wasn't just F-A-N-G. It was F.A.N.G. From what we saw with the leaks was a character that a Chinese assassin lady with a hairstyle like Sawada from Kengan. I don't know who that is, that wears a black dress and uses poison like Fang. Look at this black dress, hairstyle from a place I don't know, has claws like Fang from China. This character looks super cool. Theory time. One, I'm gonna like this character. I like evil women in my games, but Fang wanted to be the number 2 to Lord Bison. This character might have a number 2 in Aki. I'm wondering if we will see a new superpower emerge. All the characters kind of look very casual and less threatening, except for these two here. Like, we are the evil of the game. But also, if we look at Marisa, if there's a 4 lords in this game, would Marisa be part of it? Would Mimi be part of it? Like, I can see that. I can see the 4 lords being Marisa, Mimi, Aki, and then JP, which makes me also kind of miss G. We have a character that kind of looks like G, and then we have a character named JP. It would be really cool to see G versus JP. I feel like that would be cool, where you have this like you have this dandy Russian regal man, and then you have Mr. President G. You know what I mean? Maybe in this world, G actually becomes the president of the world. Wouldn't that be cool, right? That would be a nice little swerve, right? That would be cool. He actually did it, chat. He actually united the people of Earth by street fighting. These characters look all awesome, and I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say about it. Now, if you guys want to see what my thoughts were on the initial leaks of this, I have a video. It's going to be right up top here. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope to see you in the next one. And I'm going to be doing a lot more Street Fighter 6 stuff in the future. So subscribe and like if you like the content, and I'll see you guys over there.